I'm going from zero to $30,000 with my AI products live on this channel. There are 7 days until the launch, so let's discuss what are some of the things that I'm currently working on. Just hop off the VoiceFlow webinar. By the way, that's me here. I was thinking to get SQL Platform as the hosting for my own webinar, but they cost like $600 per month for 100 members. And I hope that we will get more than 100 members, and I will tell you how much we already have on our newsletter and on the webinar sign up. So I'm almost finalized the pricing, which is something different that I have not discussed on my previous video. If you go back or if you watch the video, you understand that I am bouncing back and forth between $79 a month through either community or the actual licensing for like 1 month, or something like 3 to 4K as a one-time payment. And it was like yesterday, it was actually the same day when I posted the previous video. I thought to myself that, okay, when we really deeply think that I need to have 250 people paying me $80 to get to 20K, and then I need to retain and get 80 more people every day compared to something like having 6 people for 3.5K, it seems like a no-brainer. Okay, it does seem like, especially with the type of the product that I have right now. So then I thought to myself, okay, if I charge on the yearly, not on the yearly, like the one-time payment, because this is kind of the one-time payment, how can I, like, because there's no recurring value, right? It's not a subscription, and that's okay because you're charging upfront. So I was thinking, okay, so what are the ways how we customize what's better, what's worse? And then I thought to myself, okay, so the most straightforward approach is to charge a yearly license, right? So to sell people the same type of the license, but on a yearly basis, and charge for it something like $2,000, okay? So for the $2,000, they get access for the whole year for the license. The thing which I really like a lot is that it's a long time, right? So a year, and I wouldn't even say, so let's say if I get like 100 customers, it's going to be, $200,000, but I am not like feeling comfortable to call it 200,000 ARR, annual recurring revenue, because technically it is. Technically they are all in my Stripe, and, I will, charge them in a year, but who knows what's going to happen. And obviously a lot of them will cancel. So, but still, I think this is a great way to motivate people to subscribe long term, then help them to land their clients or implement the solution into their business, so that then they start actively using the software and then prolong the actual thing. So I was thinking, okay, so maybe we can do 3 months license, which would be the ideal, right? So 3 months license for something like what, like $600, maybe $600, $650, like 3 months license. But this is weird, right? So now it becomes a bit weird with the pricing, because it's either low ticket or then like the higher ticket, because the mid ticket, I feel like it's not gonna work. Because if you think about it, I know for a fact there are a lot of the people who will watch the video, not a lot, okay, again, 3 people. I have 100 people watching my last video, but they were not really watching, they were like just going through my channel because I promoted it on my LinkedIn. So sorry, from the last webinar I was talking a lot, and I know that there are a lot of people that will not really like it because they will not be able to afford it, and it goes against my take when I was saying that majority of my audience, 50% and more of my audience actually making less than, making like a 1K, $1,000. And by the way, this is the stats that no one, I think, has. And so I never shared it. This is the first time. And if you want me to go in depth into this, so I can. Essentially, in my newsletter, when you subscribe, you put your email, but then you ask the questionnaire with the questions of how much you're making, what you're interested in. And the thing is that most people think that this is necessary in order to get into the newsletter, but it's not, because the first step is in the sequence. If you go to Eugene at beehive.com, the first step is in the sequence is actually my email, and the second one is this. So, but there are a lot of people that Beehive. Anyways, so there are a lot of people that fill out the form. I don't. So I opened it, but then I thought that there is like a personal info, so maybe YouTube will not be cool with me sharing this. Anyways, so I can blur this out, but like for the next video, so there people share how much they're making, and I can get a brief understanding on what is my audience. So the majority are broke. Okay, and this is like this reality. So, and like in my very first video, I was telling you that with my 99 players, I'm more focusing on the people that make money and help them to make more and to build a sustainable income. And I wanted to monetize my whole audience, right? So this is what I was telling you. But now I'm the same thing. So I'm launching kind of the high ticket product for the 2K. So I'm losing a lot of them again, okay? And this is my concern. But I feel like still there is a difference between 99 players in this, because this is like a product. 99 players is the coaching, and a lot of people are not comfortable with the coaching. They understand coaching a bit differently. This is like the actual product, and there is a true value for this product. So, for example, I was like sending some of the people that that tell me, hey Eugene, I want to hop on the webinar. I send them the link. Sometimes I send them the details about the software to get the feedback, even though I provide the prices here. So if it's not gonna be, I will tell them, hey, you know what? So it was the A/B test, whatever. So here I like explain what the one prompt is, and then I provide the value, right? So in the value here, so let's copy this and let's go here and see. It's really extraordinary. Like I don't see there's like a real product like that on the market with such a value. And it's not like the value that I create from my head. It's not random. These are like actual numbers. So 1 year license for Go High Level costs $3K, and you're paying like $2K. There's like, and obviously, yes. So rarely the case when people will pay yearly for the Go High Level, and if they will already have the account, so they don't really need another account. Yes, I get it, but it's just on the value, right? Then the agency, and again, so it depends on the plan, but let's say it like that. The agency, right? So there are like 7 solutions there, and again, it's gonna be somewhere between like 6 to 8, and each one of them was sold to 10K, at least 10, sometimes like 12, whatever. And 3 is just because it never like took the project, but just like less than that. So if we get even the lowest of this end, it's like this is the value of the solutions. I mean, literally, it's because they are production ready. They are like the exact solutions that we're selling them. Obviously, we modified them in a way to make everyone be able to edit it, and that's what we're working on right now, me and my developers, right? Because these solutions are already built. We're just trying to combine all of them inside Go High Level and just simplify them in a way that anyone can understand without losing the quality and the complexity. Now, 24/7 support and going 4 months, this is kind of, again, so super questionable, but like 600 a month is just how much we are charging, for example, with some of the solutions that we support, and you have a 24/7 access. Obviously my team will not like build the things for you, but they will. So within the school, right, within the threads, we'll talk, or Slack, I'm not sure, because this is what the next topic for the discussion. So this is what you would pay, right, if you're like hiring us as an agency. Complete installation course, some random number, and this is like essentially, I think this is where a lot of people will find the value, most value, and it's again, it's more in the value prompt and understanding your ICP, because I am betting right now kind of that this will be the main selling point, right? So already pre-built solution. But guys, this one, it's gonna be the course, like the course, like, because I'm going through, the solutions right now, checking everything, and I'm like thinking to myself, man, I need, and I still haven't recorded it. Like, I would spend, I don't know how much, it's gonna be like probably like 10-hour course or something. We'll see, maybe 5 or something. But I need to go in depth into the topics to make you understand, how to do something. So it's like, it's literally the development course, okay? Which it's hard to say what's gonna cut, but this is like the bare minimum that people would charge, right? So my training, because there are going to be like weekly coaching calls, and if I am going with this, so imagine if I have 10 people per month, it's not going to be a lot on the actual, even if in 6 months we have 60 people. I am betting that there is probably like 5 people max who will be on the actual like calls weekly, max. So 60 minutes, it means that I can like justify 10 to 15 minutes just to you. So it's like, it's almost like a one-on-one coaching. So, and this like a bare minimum that I counted. Anyways, so the idea is that the value is extraordinary, right? And it's just $2,000. Obviously, this is like, I'm planning to do the early bird price and then maybe like higher up to this, because I wanted to have this as a final price and then do like 166.97. But then I thought, okay, I'm not sure. Maybe this will be the case. So the idea is that there is so much value in this. So I can picture that I will not get 10 people a month, okay? The only problem is that, and this is what I'm like asking here myself, is how to scale it long term, right? Either we need to pay ads or not, because I do want to build a sustainable business around it. And obviously, if I need 10 people, can I get them organically just posting the content? Probably, right? I'm not sure. Maybe I can get more. But then if we're like going from, 20 to kind of like 100K, now there's no way I will do it organic. I mean, there are so many people that did. What I'm saying is that if you do not have a predictable revenue, right? So which goes up or either very linear as the subscriptions, right? As I was saying, which is my ideal scenario. This is what I want. You need to have a predictable acquisition channel. You need to understand how you get the clients, and the content is not, how you get the clients predictably. So it's either or. It's either you need to have a subscription or you need to have predictability on the acquisition of the clients. And obviously I would prefer this. I would like, guys, if I would feel that, I can get 250 people paying me $79, I would obviously do that. But I feel like it's going to be very hard. But this decision is not yet made. So this is kind of the thing. Okay, and I actually got almost one prepaid client, because it's like here, the guy is like asking, and he was saying that in another one that it's like he's not able to show up for the webinar. So I said, hey, you know what? The only way to get the early bird price is to attend my webinar. So if you don't, you can make a deposit right now, and I will log the price for you. So I sent him the Stripe invoice for 500. We'll see, because he said, yeah, sure, let me pay. So we'll see if he pays, because this will be kind of the validation. If I could get like 2 or 3, it's gonna be a really good thing without anything, 2 or 3. Then I would probably get 10. So then out of 10, it's already 20K, and I have, and I just started. So I have like 2 months to get to another 20K. Anyways, so it feels like a really good thing. Now, about the sign up. So if we go to my Beehive, I did promote this in my newsletter. So if we check right now, let's see, because it was at 360 subscribers. Okay, it's 340. Okay, so didn't get more through the, so let's see, from 24 hours. Okay, yeah, so there are like every hour, maybe like a few people sign up. So I could probably do another newsletter like Monday that will like promote it. So technically I could get to 500 people, which I'm not sure. The thing is that if you go to the LinkedIn, right? Because like here, it's much less. It's probably 250 or 90 or 250 something that are on the Zoom webinar, which is unfortunate. So, but that's okay. I think I will like make the I will actually make the reminders here, and that's it. If you go to the LinkedIn event, right? If you go to the LinkedIn event, there was like 100 people, and I'm betting it's like it should be 180 or something right now. Yeah, so 170. So I sent 1,000 invites to my connections, right? And 160 actually joined it. So I do not. It's hard to count them up into the registrations, just because they have not added it to their calendar. They could like here, but I feel like most of them don't. They just accept and don't add into the calendar. So it's they a lot of them will forget and they will not have a nurturing sequence here. But I'm not sure if on the actual day of the webinar will, or the few minutes, will LinkedIn send them reminders or something like that. So we'll see. But the goal is let's say if it's like if we bulk it up to 500, right? So if we have a 500 people that signed up, VoiceFlow just hosted an event, and they had a 600 people sign up, I think Kim said, and there were 240 people live, okay, which is really good in terms of so it's not good, but it was stable, right? So it wasn't like this and then it's like 150, which my last webinar had, right? So probably it was because of the bad webinar. So it was pretty good, it was pretty solid. So it's third, right? This is not how coaches tell you it's going to be 50 or 60%. I guess it's third. So I can probably expect 150. So 100 to 150 people, 100 to 150 people actually join. So see, and when I say sell on webinar, like it's very small part, obviously, of the selling process. But like the ideal case scenario is that after one day of the webinar, I would sell like 10 things for 2K, and now we're done, right? It's gonna be then it's probably for the next month posting the videos will like get higher than 20K. So let's say if I get 5 for 2K out of the webinar, that's gonna be good, and then 5K, then it's like an actual growing process, mentioning it, sometimes on my newsletter, posting content about it. And by the way, after this video, I'm recording a video for my main channel through the walkthrough of the voice inbound system, right? And I will say, hey guys, so this is the system, right? That kind of have, like, I'll walk them through the process. I will not like go in depth into what each module means, but I'll walk them through the retail and stuff, and I'll say, hey, like if you would want to get access to this and 6 more solutions, sign up for the webinar and get access. So this would be kind of how I would promote it on my channel. So I'm not sure, out of this people, can like 5, it's 5%, so it's essentially like 5%. That's a lot. But 5% for 2K, it seems like something doable from if I would speak with the people who selling high ticket on the webinars, right? So it seems all right? So it seems at the point. That's why that's okay. But now going back here to the pricing. So do you really think so? Let's say if I say for $79, obviously this is going to be easily bought through the YouTube, like through the links. So what can I expect, right? So can I expect, I need at least 50, which is out of the 250, it's nothing. At least 50 buy right away, which is not going to happen. Like that, it's not going to happen, okay? But 5 out for 2K, it's questionable, but 3, it's okay. Now, again, I really need to be like cautious, and I would really want to see the results. Maybe I will have 0, and I understand it. I'll be sad, and it's gonna be a bummer. but I understand why. Like, people need some more time, and people would need kind of more because I will walk them through the back end, right? But not like the live solutions, because there's so many. So that's why, the YouTube, and this is what will be selling the this is where like the selling mechanism will be, like the actual YouTube, because there I will show them the actual live examples and demos. So I actually don't know. And you can say that I need to add scarcity. So maybe I can say 10 licenses per week, or add it, or something like that. Do I limit it to 10? Because there is one way to do that, is to give licenses out of the, not just infinite licenses, but on the like licenses with the bulks. So you open 10 spots, you then open 5, you then open 20. I think it's really bad. Like, people, if they want it, they want it now. So it's more like scarcity for scarcity and not for the value. One of the things that I am considering is to do the one-on-one, onboarding, right? So once people, so it's to either or. So once people buy, I will do the onboarding one-on-one, right? Which I think I should. And besides that, for anyone interested to do the call, discovery call. So it's like the agency. But now it kind of becomes attached to my time, and it's because it feels like in enterprise software, right? So when you commit for 2K for like 1 year, which is not, again, but this is what I think one person told me on the LinkedIn, is like, he is not like signing up for his like policy, whatever. And he has the company I saw on the YouTube, on the link of his bio. And he's like, I'm not selling the software without seeing the demo. He was asking to give him the demo, and I said, how can I do that even after the launch if like everything is exportable, right? So you can export, so there is no way I can. So technically we can do the walkthrough, but what I'm saying is that some of them will think about it as a software, right? So, and this is what I didn't want from the very start. So I didn't want to position it as a software, even for $79 a month. So now it's 2K, and it's still, my thing seems like a software subscription, which is no one's gonna do. For the course, this is what I was like telling you. So for the course, it's not a lot. For the templates, the solution ready, maybe it's not a lot. So I need to properly communicate the value. This is where I think I need to really focus on. Okay, so for the inbound, I already told you, I kind of like formalize everything. So we have, there will be like a few more automations within. So there's a retail, and the very very important aspect of this whole voice AI solution within the one prompt is that this is gonna work on multiple softwares. So we have the front end on GoHighLevel, right? So this is where the call will be processed, and when we will, right? So when we will like create the opportunities, and we'll add all the custom fields, and now businesses and people can track it up, right? So it's very convenient. You can see, okay, so if there is some action needed, if there's like multiple appointment booking. So if someone calls, we're creating the prospect, we're creating the the opportunity, and then we're assigning it differently. So we can see the cost, we can see the duration, we can see the summary, the transcript, and now they can manage it however they want, right? The actual business. So I created, and we already had it. We just testing it. So the voice flow, because you probably heard that the voice flow added voice capability. So voice flow is the most robust platform when it comes to text-based agents. So they added the voice communication, and you can talk to this agent through the voice, right? So you can connect the telephony here somewhere. Got it. Anyways, yeah, so you can create a telephony here and connect your Twilio number. So now you can talk with this voice flow agent the same way as you would do with Vapi. And you can call, so we did already kind of the capture step, we did the multiple API step to the n8n workflows, checking availability, checking the booking, checking the backend as the billing information from the Airtable. So, and this is one thing. The problem there is that it's a bit slower. It's for more complex use cases when you need like 100% to be robust. This is where you do that. But for more easier scenario, and this is like, I want to give people options. So, and for more kind of more straightforward scenarios, you would do something like retail through their workflows. Obviously, Vapi did add workflow, but you know, retail is way ahead. So it's like we are doing it on here, and it's like it's very similar logic. So it's literally the same thing, right? So intent, and then based on the intent, you're analyzing the functions. So it's like the same thing, and it's working. It's working great. Because we already, again, so this is what we've been selling to customers already. So yeah, these are like two options, and both of them. So in the course, I will all of these templates will be there, and inside the actual course, I will explain how each module work, how this works, and what are the different setups and why and where you should use it. I mean, see, it's so funny because this is literally what you need. You don't need anything else, and plus the support you don't. So the value seems unmatched. And the third one is the Vapi, through just the Vapi inbound one prompter, and you can do the one prompter here. So I'm not sure if I would include the Vapi one because you cannot export an assistant from Vapi. And by the way, I'm not sure if you can export it from here, which is gonna be a bad. Okay, hope export. Yeah, great. Okay, so awesome. So now you can export it and now you import. I don't think that you can. Yeah, so you cannot. But with Vapi, it's simple because it's one prompt. With their workflows, we've been kind of playing around with it, but it's not really good yet. So yeah, and see, that's it. Get it, and implement this into the business. Give them access to Go High Level. Charge them on the subscription because you're my sub account. You don't need to pay for this. Give them this dashboard. Set up the dashboard, and this is what I'm thinking. I would want to create a separate dashboards for different solutions, but I'm not sure. This is we have a few already that we've been doing for the clients, but this is it's longer to set up if you want to do it correctly, and you would need some external you would need some external connections, right? Because you have quite a few things here. But so, and you can do the embed, so you can do a lot of technical things. You don't even need, that's why you don't need the front end like Tixai or VoiceGlow or Chatdash. But maybe it will be in the update, in the upcoming month update for this, because we're obviously going to sustain it and update, and there are a lot of things adding, even VoiceFlow is adding a lot of the features into the voice. They're improving this, and I feel like they will create an alternative very soon to this, and Make will have it. So there are so many things going on, and we would want to have it updated. Yeah. So okay, guys, so let's do the Q&A later. If you want something, post in the community section. Post in the in the comments. I obviously answer to everything through the text usually, and this is the main channel, so I don't have too many comments. So if you have something, let me know because I always respond. And thanks for watching, guys. Peace.